We're officially just a day away from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and with the new generation just around the corner comes brand new region to explore, new mechanics to learn, and most importantly, brand new Pokemon to find and befriend. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is TheWheelz, and with the Paldea region just around the corner, I decided to go back to the past regions for one final hurrah. But there is a twist, but we'll get to that in just a second. You see, the great thing about Pokemon is that it brings many different ways to play. First, you could complete the game, and of course, the main goal of catching every Pokemon in that region. Then, there's online multiplayer for those with a competitive itch. And finally, for those hardcore players, you got shiny Pokemon. Since its inception in Generation 2, shiny Pokemon has caught the attention of many players, and since then, they have spent an absurd amount of time collecting their favorite rare Pokemon. Now you may see where this is going. I decided to go back and catch one shiny Pokemon in every region. Sounds easy, right? Except, I have 24 hours to do it. Now I knew this was going to be difficult, but I had a plan. With the time constraint, I thought the best action was to do double hunting. On one side, I'd be focusing on the region that I knew would get me a shiny quickly, and then on the other side, I'd be focusing on the region that I knew it was going to take some time to find the shiny. So to start my challenge, I decided to hunt in Pokemon Let's Go for Kanto and Pokemon White for the Unova region. If you don't know, Pokemon Let's Go is considered one of the easiest games to obtain shiny Pokemon. Well, it was considered the easiest, but Pokemon Legends Arceus has something to say about that. Speaking of Pokemon Legends Arceus, I decided to exclude the Hisuian region because I felt it's just an older version of Sinnoh. So if I was going to hunt in Sinnoh, I might as well do it in Diamond and Pearl or Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Now as far for Let's Go, the trick to getting a shiny in that game was to start a catch combo of the Pokemon you want to hunt by catching the Pokemon over and over until you reach a catch combo of 31. Your odds go from 1 in 4096 to 1 in 400, or at least somewhere around there. Now fortunately for us, we already started a hunt in Let's Go because we were doing a shiny only Nuzlocke in it, so all we had to do was just wait for the shiny. As for Pokemon White, I actually have never played the game until recently, so I have no knowledge of the game and just no knowledge of any quick methods to getting a shiny in it. So we decided to hunt for shiny Tepic and just hope we get it quickly. Now I wish this was the part where I told you we quickly found a shiny, and with 20 or so hours left in the challenge, we are down 1 or 2 regions, leaving us with 6 more to go. But 6 hours into our challenge and we still haven't gotten a shiny, and that's with going into the challenge with a 31 catch combo on Let's Go, boosting our odds, and still no bite. Oh, and by the way, I was already 4 days into the Let's Go hunt prior to this challenge, so to go 6 more hours without a shiny is insane. Honestly, I would take it. At this point I would take it because we've been in this cave. It feels like it's only today, but no, we've been hunting in this cave for a while now. So I decided to switch it up. And before anyone in the comment section just starts going, imagine wasting all your time before finally going, this isn't working. Listen, at this point, when you're hunting for a certain Pokemon, it's no longer a hunt, it's a mission. In fact, I'd even stop hunting in Let's Go and decided to take a little break from the shiny Tepic and head to the Hoenn region. You see, Auras had many different methods to obtain a shiny Pokemon, and the quickest and easiest method was fish chaining. All I had to do is fish for a Pokemon with a rod and ensure that I reel it in, and I need to do this until I get a chain of 20 for my odds to improve drastically. And lucky for us, we had already started a shiny only hardcore Nuzlocke in Auras and had just made it to Dewford, allowing us to get the old rod. And not even an hour into hunting in Auras, we got our first shiny. Let's go! Yo, the Hoenn region never fails. The Hoenn region never fails. Let's go. I tell you, yo, this is why the Hoenn region's the best region. Okay? Okay, no ifs, no buts. Hoenn region's the best region. Never fails. We're on the board, baby. We're on the board. The Hoenn region never lets me down. And 7 hours into our challenge, we got a shiny on the board. It's now been 11 hours into our challenge and I was able to start hunting in X and Y, and it was also a grim reminder that it's now been 11 hours without a shiny in Kanto. And I quickly learned that in X and Y, the fishing timing is a little bit different than ORAS, so I struggled a little bit in the beginning to get a chain going. But after a little bit of practice, I had a rhythm going. Well, I had a rhythm going. No! Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you joking? I was at 70 chain. Yeah, after getting a chain of 70. Freaking 70! I had failed to reel in the Pokemon and ended the chain I had going for the last hour. In my defense, I had been going on with this challenge now for 13 hours, so my reflexes just weren't the same as it was when I first started streaming. So I decided to give X and Y a break and head to the Alola region. You see, Sun and Moon was the first game that I ever decided to start shiny hunting in Pokemon. Alola introduced the SOS method when it came to shiny hunting. All you needed was an adrenaline orb, Pokemon with a lot of PP and a lot of ethers to replenish moves, and a little bit of patience. But Ultra Sun and Moon took it a step further. They introduced Ultra Wormholes. Let me clarify a little more on that. You see, in Ultra Sun and Moon, you're able to travel in wormholes by riding Lunala or Solgaleo, and depending on which warp you enter, you get a rare Pokemon. On top of that, if you manage to travel deep into the wormhole, you can encounter more rare Pokemons. This includes legendary Pokemon and shiny Pokemon. So we started our Alola hunt getting a few practice sessions with the wormholes, and after a few attempts, we got our next shiny Pokemon. Ow. Oh. No, we lost speed. Wait, is this a legendary? Oh, it isn't. Wait. Let's go. Let's go. We got a shiny. We got a shiny. Shiny number 2. 14 hours in, we finally got 2 regions down and 6 more to go. With Alola down, I decided to go back to Pokemon White and continue our Tepec hunt. Now at this point, I was hoping our luck turned around, especially when you've been hunting in Let's Go for so long, you would figure it'd give you a shiny Pokemon by then. I continued to look in Kanto and Unova for another hour before deciding to go back to X and Y because I knew chain fishing would work and would get me a shiny Pokemon sooner or later. I did this for an hour and got myself in another long chain. Unfortunately, X and Y had a rather unforeseen problem occur. You see, the application I was using to play X and Y started to malfunction and slowly started taking frames away. You can see slow and delayed the game was getting, and I knew eventually it would catch up to me. And catch up to me it did. Well, I don't know how to fix it. We gotta find it soon. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. An 80 plus chain down in the drain, all because my application just started to fail me. At this point, I decided to leave it behind, and seeing how far deep we were into our challenge, I decided to go for the most free, shiny, and Pokemon. And when I mean free, I literally mean free. That's right, I'm talking about the red Gyarados and the Lake of Rage. So I decided to play through Pokemon Silver until we got to the point when we can encounter the wonderful red dragon and its beauty. In order to get through the game quickly, I decided to pause our Kanto hunt and put all my effort in getting to the Gyarados. And after an hour and a half of playing, we finally reached the sparkly red water serpent and got our 3rd shiny, making now 3 regions and 5 more to go. With Hoenn done, I decided to go back to Unova region, especially now that we're in the final push. 19 hours down, leaving us with 5 hours to get 5 shinies. And the way this challenge is going, it looks like 3 was the most we're gonna get. But finally, 19 and a half hours in, Kanto finally blessed us with a shiny. Finally, dude, let's go. We get a shiny Geodude. It's still a shiny. Oh my god. 19.5 hours. 19.5 hours. Even though it's not the shiny Pokemon I was looking for, I took it with open arms. Because at this point, I've been hunting in Mount Moon for 5 days. But our savior spawned and ready to roll. With Kanto in the books, we're halfway through our goal, so we move on to the latest region, the Galar region. Now the Galar region's shiny method is a bit odd, and honestly, I don't even have that down. But there is another way. You see, in the last DLC expansion for Sword and Shield, they introduced Dynamax Adventure. It's where you do a bunch of Dynamax battles that culminates to a legendary Pokemon at the end of it. But you see, we really don't care about the legendary Pokemon right now. What we care about is getting a shiny. And in Dynamax Adventures, your shiny odds are 1 in 300. On top of that, you get 4 tries because you get to catch Pokemon throughout the adventure, including the legendary Pokemon. Now, I have gotten 2 shiny Pokemon from this method in the past, so the hope was within the 4-hour period that we had left, I would have gotten 1 shiny Pokemon early. Now this is where I was supposed to tell you that we got a shiny and Pokemon Sword within the hour, and then shiny Tepig followed, leaving us with just the Sinnoh and Kalos region left with a few hours to go. But sadly, our time runs out as we attempted to get a shiny in both the Galar and Unova region, and failing our 1 shiny Pokemon in every region in under 24 hours. So there you have it. We went 24 hours straight in an attempt to get 8 shiny Pokemon and only finished with half. And despite all of the methods that Game Freak has given us to obtain these shiny Pokemon, this challenge has shown that even though Game Freak has made it easier to get these shiny Pokemon, it still comes down to how lucky you are. And while I have learned that I should never go to the casino because the dice roll is never in my favor, I want to end this video off by first thanking you for watching. Especially if you made it this far. In fact, if you did, comment down below, do you think you could beat this challenge, especially in under 24 hours? And if you liked the video, make sure to drop a like. You know, this is the first time I've ever done a video like this, so if it shows that you guys are enjoying these type of videos, I don't mind doing more. I love doing something like this. And finally, if you want to see me do these challenges live, make sure to go in the description down below. I do these challenges on Twitch, and it's just a load of fun. And at the end of it, you can see my pain and suffering. So make sure to go check me out. With that being said, I hope I see you in the next video. This is Wheels. I'm rolling out. Peace.